Episode 5 really is the wildest one in the entire history of the amazing digital circus, because for the first time ever, it kicked off a full-on fandom war around a specific character. And yeah, it's pretty obvious we're talking about Ragatha. But in this whole chaotic mess, things ain't that simple. Right now, the fandom's literally split in two. One side absolutely hates Ragatha and wants her to go full abstracted, while the other side's defending her like crazy and totally dragging Jax through the mud in the process, which honestly is where the real drama started. Today we're going to break all of this down in detail, including Gooseworx's latest response to the whole situation. And yeah, I'm also going to tell you why episode 6 might actually make things way worse, and how it could trigger the biggest drama TADC has ever seen. Lately, there's been more and more hate toward Ragatha, and I keep seeing comments like, "I'm glad more people are catching on to the fact that Ragatha sucks," or "She's so dumb looking. I hate her so much. I hate Ragatha." And if these users are being, let's say, relatively mild, there are tons of posts that go way harder, like, "I actually can't stand Ragatha. Ever since episode 1, I hate her. I hate her so much, and I don't know why. Twizzler hair having ass." And obviously all of this started after the events we saw in episode 5. It all began with that stargazing scene where Ragatha walked up to Jax and Pomni, and as usual, started scolding Jax for his behavior. But then she said the thing we all remember: she brought up Jax's best friend. But up to that point, none of the fans really had any issues with our doll, not until that bar scene where Ragatha started acting real weird.
Hey, Pomni, remember when Kaufmo smashed me against the walls and I got all jumbled up? All things considered, that was pretty funny, right?
No.
Oh, no, sorry, that was probably pretty traumatic for you.
And just like that, the growing bond between Jax and Pomni drove Ragatha into a full-on meltdown, perfectly shown in that scene. Jax ended up catching some heat too, cause yeah, he was the main trigger for that burst of aggression. And Pomni, who was just trying to calm Ragatha down, got dragged into it too. That's exactly when the mass bullying of Ragatha kicked off. And if those earlier posts I showed you just came off as personal hate towards her, this next one, way more alarming. Ragatha sucks, I hope she abstracts. That's messed up. No matter how you feel about a character, wishing something like that on them is just not okay. I mean, yeah, I've got a character I seriously can't stand too, but I'd never wish them something like that. And now I'm curious, can you guess who I'm talking about? Drop your guesses in the comments. Gooseworx just added fuel to the fire herself. When asked, will Ragatha be okay after episode 5, she just replied with a simple, huh. And since we remember her mental state at the end of episode 5, it really seems like Ragatha might abstract in episode 6, but more on that in the next part of the video. Meanwhile, let's not forget, I said this drama involves not just Ragatha, but Jax too, and that's where it gets wild. With all the recent hate around Ragatha, you can see more and more posts throwing serious shade at Jax, like, "Hate that stupid purple rabbit from the amazing digital circus. Hope to God he dies, bruh. Can't stand to see my enemies succeed and live." Jax. Ragatha, kill that thing, I support you. It's clear the fandom's split into two camps fighting each other. Some hype Jax for his honesty and realness, especially after learning about Ribbit, and how episode 5 made Jax the most popular character in Digital Circus. Meanwhile, those same fans trash Ragatha, calling for her to be erased from the show. The other side hates Jax hard, calling him the biggest jerk in the circus and seeing Ragatha as the most positive, kind, and genuine character. Which side are you on? Really curious to hear your thoughts. And on top of all that, Goose posted on Blue Sky saying, "Don't get me wrong, Jax is still my favorite character, but some of you guys make too many excuses for his behavior. He has reasons for why he acts the way he does, but he's still not a good person." This post kind of confirms we shouldn't take Jax as the good guy he seemed to be in episode 5, and there's another leak from Gooseworx that backs this up, but more on that real soon. And here we come to the heart of the new drama, and many are sure it's all about misogyny. I've seen tons of posts like this one. Every female character who displays any sort of complex emotion will be called an abuser at this point. It's like the misogynistic, unpreventable event for every fandom at this point. Or, I hate seeing so many people dog on Ragatha for being fake. She's not fake, she's optimistic, and all she's ever done is be kind and sweet to the rest of the cast, and only acts in ways to benefit everyone, but yet she ends up isolated and underappreciated. I swear, if she abstracts. Opinions like this are popping up more and more on X, Reddit, and beyond. Misogyny or any kind of hate based on prejudice is disgusting, but should we see misogyny as the only reason behind this drama? I don't think so. I don't rule it out as a cause, but this whole situation needs to be looked at from every angle, not just blamed solely on misogyny. Besides that, this drama has favoritism too. And like I said before, after episode 5 dropped, Jax became the most popular character in the digital circus again, so naturally he's got the biggest fan base. Since episode 5 basically pits Jax and Ragatha against each other, it's only logical that fans crazy about one will hate the other. Also, if we remember what Ragatha was like at the start of the show and what she turned into later, it's no surprise many fans started doubting her character, and this scene just won't leave my mind.
Can you move?
Yo, Jax. I hate you, but I don't want you to hate me. Is that weird?
You're drunk or something.
Some weird double standards mixed with sudden changes in behavior, plus a bit of misogyny and favoritism. That's what sparked this nasty drama centered around Ragatha. But what's going to happen to her in episode 6, and why might this really be the end for her? Let's recall one scene from episode 5.
I'm sorry, Pomni. That wasn't very cool of me.
It's fine.
No apologies for me? This is so sad.
I'm sorry, Jax, for bringing up that thing earlier.
I think a lot of people noticed that weird glitch on her hair, and yeah, that's really strange. Some ex-users noticed that people arguing whether Ragatha's hair glitch was a rendering error or a sign she's gonna abstract. She will, but y'all are looking in the wrong place. That face when Jax says the budding friendship thing isn't anger or even jealousy, it's horror. Her time's running out. Honestly, I totally agree with the post's author, cause throughout the whole digital circus, it kind of felt like this was coming. The first 3 episodes showed Ragatha as a positive, upbeat character. Episode 4 peeled back a bit of her real self, and episode 5 basically revealed her fully. So it kinda makes sense. Episode 6 might lead to that kind of ending. But you remember I said at the start that this is just the beginning of the drama, and episode 6 will only make it bigger and take it to a whole new level. And here's that Gooseworx leak I mentioned. From it, we clearly get that something big will happen in episode 6, and since Jax is going to be the main focus there, I'm pretty sure this joke will be said by him. And considering everything we talked about today, it's easy to guess it'll be aimed right at Ragatha, which in turn will definitely spark a whole new wave of drama. This theory that Ragatha might really become the kind of monster Kaufmo turned into is backed not just by her totally shattered mental state and complete loneliness, which we saw not only in the final scene of episode 5, but also in that teaser that dropped just 20 hours after release. Ragatha's isolated and mentally broken, and that alone is already a massive red flag for something terrible. But on top of that, we also got to consider Ribbit, who could theoretically show up in the new episode, and if Kane suddenly decides to restore him to sanity, the number of circus residents might go over the limit. And when that happens, someone's gonna have to be sent to the basement, and judging by everything we've seen so far, it's probably gonna be Ragatha. Any kind of drama around the amazing digital circus is honestly awful and totally uncalled for, because at the end of the day, TADC is just a show, and it was never meant to bring anything negative. Let me know what you think in the comments, and see you soon.